Good morning, dear students of HSC first year. Welcome to the online class arranged by Rajshahi College. I am Muhammad Amir Sadat, Assistant Professor of English. Hope you all are keeping fine by the grace of Almighty Allah. We all are waiting for the vaccine of COVID-19, and I hope very soon things will get better and we will return to our classroom and we will return to our green and glorious Rajshahi College campus. Today I will deliver a lecture on Unit 4, Lesson 2, and the title of Unit 4 is Traffic Education, and the title of the lesson is Traffic Capital of the World. So from the very title you may guess that today we will discuss on traffic jam and the traffic capital of the world, especially our Dhaka city. Okay, traffic condition of Dhaka city is very terrific, and here traffic jam exists from early morning up to late night. And in the seemingly never-ending traffic jam, here one can advance in 10 minutes only 3 feet. I repeat, one can advance in 10 minutes only 3 feet at best. So, in fact, for unnecessary and unexpected traffic jam, city life becomes impossible. And the drivers, while drive, it is very difficult to keep their brain cool. You know that a lot of reasons for our traffic jam, our poor infrastructure, our narrow road, a lot of pedestrians on road, sharing narrow lanes, and slow vehicles like rickshaw and cycle. These are the major cause of our traffic jam. So today we'll discuss this topic, and for a better discussion I have made a slide presentation, and with the help of slide presentation we will explain and annotate this passage. So let's go to the slide presentation.
Well, dear learners, before going to start discussion from text, let's have a look on today's class outline. From today's class, you may know Unit 4 Lesson 2. Today I will discuss Unit 4 Lesson 2 text with annotation, and I will explain the text thoroughly. Then summary of the passage. After finishing the text, we will discuss the summary of the passage. Then I have made a rich vocabulary for you. After that, I have made some MCQ questions, that means choose the best answer for your practice. And after that, there is a clause test with clues for practice, and then clause test without clues for practice, and at last some open-ended questions for your better understanding of the text. Okay, now Unit 4 Traffic Education. The title of today's lesson is Traffic Education, and Lesson 2 Traffic Capital of the World. Today's lesson is Traffic Capital of the World. There is a warm-up activity. There is a question: what do you think of traffic jams in our cities? So from this question you have already understand that today's discussion will go on traffic jam in Bangladesh. And you know that Bangladesh is a densely populated country, and Dhaka is the most populated city of the world, and here each and everybody experience the terrific traffic jam. So from today we will discuss traffic jam in Dhaka city, and what are the reasons for the traffic jams in our country, and how would a foreigner feel about our traffic system. If a foreigner come to Bangladesh and then he will experience the traffic jam in Dhaka city, and how would a foreigner feel about our traffic system? The answer of these questions you will get after reading the text. So here is the text. Read this article written by Michael Hobbs, titled Welcome to the Traffic Capital of the World. So the text today which we will read, it is written by Michael Hobbs, a foreigner who experienced the bitter traffic jam in Dhaka city. Okay, I am a tiny steel cage attached to a motorcycle stuttering through traffic in Dhaka, Bangladesh. So here I am means Michael Hobbs, the writer of this passage. He is sitting in a tiny steel cage. You have already seen a picture, the picture of a CNG here, and Michael Hobbs sitting in a CNG and stuttering through traffic in Dhaka, Bangladesh, and he got stuck in a heavy traffic jam in Bangladesh, especially in Dhaka city. In the last 10 minutes, we have moved forward maybe 3 feet. That means only 3 feet he can advance in 10 minutes, inch by inch, the driver wrenching the wheel left and right, wriggling deeper into the wedge between a delivery truck and a rickshaw in front of us. Up ahead, the traffic is jammed so close together that pedestrians are climbing over pickup trucks and through empty rickshaws to cross the street. So, dear learners, here you can see another picture of heavy traffic jam in Dhaka city. Nobody can move, no vehicles can move, only 3 feet a vehicle can advance in 10 minutes. It is a very pathetic condition for the city dweller in Dhaka city. Pedestrians cannot move, rickshaws cannot move. 2 rows to my left is an ambulance, blue light is spinning uselessly. There is also a ambulance which got stuck in this traffic jam, and the blue light of the ambulance is spinning uselessly, and the ambulance also cannot move. This is what the streets here look like from 7 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. It is a very pathetic condition, and if you are rich, you experience it from the back seat of a car. If you are poor, you are in a rickshaw breathing in the exhaust. I am sitting in the back of a CNG. Now Michael Hobbs declares that he is sitting back in a CNG in Dhaka city, a 3-wheeled motorcycle shaped like a slice of pie and covered with scrap metal. I am here working on a human rights project. So from his statement, we come to know that Michael Hobbs is a foreigner who works in Dhaka city on a human rights project. But whenever I ask people in Dhaka what they think international organizations should really be working on, they tell me about the traffic. Alleviating traffic congestion is one of the major development challenges of our time. Really, it is a great challenge for Bangladesh also. Alleviating traffic congestion is one of the major challenge for us. Half of the world's population already lives in cities, and the United Nations estimates that the proportion will rise to nearly 70% by 2050. I repeat, half of the world's population already lives in cities, and the United Nations estimates that the proportion will rise to nearly 70% by 2050. And Dhaka, the world's densest and fastest growing city, is a case study is how this problem got so bad and why it's so difficult to solve. So, dear learners, after reading the text, I have made a summary of the passage. What is the main idea of this passage? Traffic condition of Dhaka city is very bad. This is the main idea of the passage, and here traffic jam exists from early morning up to late night, and it is the picture of every day. And in the seemingly never-ending traffic jam, here one can advance in 10 minutes only 3 feet at best. This is also very pathetic. You may advance in Dhaka city in 10 minutes only 3 feet. It is very, very pathetic condition. In fact, for unnecessary and unexpected traffic jam, city life, especially of Dhaka city, has become time killing or slow though it is a busy city. Our traffic situation is very bad because of excessive number of traffic in the narrow streets of our cities like Dhaka. Alleviating traffic congestion is a major challenge for some reasons such as poor infrastructure, pedestrians, sharing of narrow lanes by different vehicles, slow rickshaws, increasing vehicles, having different top speeds of vehicles, etc. So there is some problems, there is some reasons for which Dhaka city experienced a lot of traffic jam. Number one is poor infrastructure of the road, pedestrians, a lot of pedestrians, and sharing of narrow lanes, and some slow vehicles like rickshaw, cycle, etc. These are the cause of the traffic jam of Dhaka city. After reading the text and summary, I have made a vocabulary for you. You know that vocabulary is very important in HSC level because a lot of students have no rich vocabulary, so they cannot make a good result in HSC. You have to know the meaning of the word, the unknown word meaning is very important for you. Here is alleviate. Alleviate is a verb that its meaning is make less severe, and its noun is alleviation, alleviator, and synonym is remove, delete. Then cage. Cage is a noun. Its meaning is a box made of wire or metal bars, in which people keep animals or birds. Its synonym is enclosure. Then congestion. Congestion is a noun and its English meaning is the state of being congestion, and its synonym is fullness, fulfillment, and its opposite is release. Densest. Densest is an adjective. Its meaning is superlative, dense. Actually, densest is the superlative of dense, and its noun is density and adjective is dense. Exhaust. Exhaust is noun. Its Bengali meaning is nishesh or shesh hoye jawa, and its English meaning is used up completely. Its adjective is exhausted. Infrastructure is noun. Its Bengali meaning is abokatamo. Its English meaning is an underlying base, and its adjective is infrastructure and synonym is foundation. An intersection. Intersection is a noun and its English meaning is a place where two or more paths meet, and its verb is intersect and synonym is incision. Another word is overcrowded. It's an adjective and its meaning is somewhere crowded. Its synonym is overcrowded or overcrowd. Synonym populous, congested. Opposite is isolated, lonely. And its verb is overcrowd. Verb is overcrowd. And scrap. Scrap is a noun. Its meaning is a small piece of amount of something, and its synonym is affray. And stuttering. Stuttering is an adjective and stuttering is a very important word. You have to know the meaning of this word. And stuttering means having a speech problem. Having a speech problem. Its verb is stutter and synonym is stammering or babbling. Stammering or babbling. Tiny. Tiny is an adjective. Its Bengali meaning is oti khudro, something very small, and its synonym is mini or teeny, and opposite is large and big. Wedge. Its noun, its Bengali meaning is vir or gathering, and its adjective is wedgy, wedge-like, etc., and its synonym is crowd and jam. And then wrench. Wrench is a verb and its English meaning is a sudden violent twist or pull, and its adjective is wrenching and synonym is distort or pervert. Distort or pervert. And its wriggle. Last word is wriggle. Wriggle is a verb. Its meaning is twist and turn. Twist and turn with quick writhing movements. Twist and turn with quick writhing movements. And its adjective is wriggling and its synonym is writhe. Now, dear learners, here is the question. Question number 1. Choose the correct answer from the alternatives. And this is actually MCQ type of questions. As we have already go through the text, now we have to attempt these questions, and I know that you will make the correct answer of this question. Question A. The writer is engaged in the service of option 1, a human rights project, option 2, a hospital, option 3, a school, and option 4, a voluntary organization. So which will be the correct answer? I think option 1, a human rights project. The writer is engaged in the service of a human rights project. And you know the writer is a foreigner, Michael Hobbs. He visits Dhaka city and he has experienced a huge traffic jam in Dhaka. And from Michael Hobbs' statement, we come to know that the serious problem of Dhaka city, that is traffic jam. Now question B. 50% of the world's population, option 1, live in the cities, option 2, lives in the villages, option 3, lives in other countries, and option 4, lives in secured area. So which will be the correct answer? Number 1 is the correct answer. Live in the cities. 50% of world's population live in the cities. Question C. The narrow lanes of Dhaka are mostly occupied by number 1, scooters, option 2, bicycles, option 3, pedestrian, and option 4, rickshaws. So here is the option 3 is the correct answer, pedestrians. Narrow lanes of Dhaka are mostly occupied by pedestrians. Question D. The rich people experience traffic jam from their houses, option 2, sitting in a limousine, option 3, from the back seat of a car, and option 4, by reading about traffic jam in newspaper. I think the correct answer is option 3, from the back seat of a car. The rich people experience traffic jam from the back seat of a car. Alleviating traffic congestion is one of the major development challenges of our time. What does it imply? I repeat, alleviating traffic congestion is one of the major development challenges of our time. What does it imply? Okay, option 1, avoiding traffic jam is one of the great steps in respect of development at present. Option 2, mitigating traffic jam is one of the great problems at present. Option 3, mitigating traffic jam is one of the great problems obstructing development at present. And option 4, to lessen traffic problem is difficult. And here option 3 is the correct answer. Mitigating traffic jam is one of the great problems obstructing development at present. Yes, it is the correct answer for question E. Dear learners, here is the solution to question 1. We have already discussed question 1, MCQ type questions, and I would like to request you to write down the answers in your khata. For question A, answer is option 1, a human rights project. For question B, option 1 is the right answer, live in the cities. For question C, option 3 is the right answer, pedestrians. For question D, option 3 is the right answer, from the back seat of a car. And for question E, number 3 is the right answer, mitigating traffic jam is one of the great problems obstructing development at present. Now some more MCQ questions. Question F, a CNG is a vehicle which is joined to a option 1, rickshaw, 2, bus, option 3, motorcycle, and option 4, car. So a CNG is a vehicle which is joined to a motorcycle. So option 3 is the correct answer, motorcycle is the correct answer for question F. Now question G. Every day the streets of Dhaka experience heavy rush for option 1 12 hours, option 2 15 hours, option 3 8 hours, and option 4 6 hours. Which will be the correct answer? 15 hours is the correct answer. That means option 2 is the correct answer. Number H. The CNG is a three-wheeled motorcycle shaped like a box, slice of pie, small car, ragged vehicle. And here option 2 is the correct answer, slice of pie. That means the CNG is a three-wheeled motorcycle shaped like a slice of pie. Question number I. It is feared that the population will rise up to -% by 2050. Option 1 50%, option 2 80%, option 3 30%, and option 4 70%. So I think 70% is the correct answer. Option 4 is the correct answer, and it is feared that the population will rise up to 70% by 2050. Number J. Dhaka is considered as the world's option 1 beautiful city, option 2 densest and fastest growing city, option 3 most crowded city, and option 4 cosmopolitan city. And I think option 2 is the correct answer. Dhaka is the densest and fastest growing city in the world. Question K. What is the case study on Dhaka about? Option 1 how to solve traffic problem, option 2 how to alleviate poverty, option 3 how to give education to the poor, option 4 how to improve health facilities. So which will be the correct answer? Option 1 is the correct answer, how to solve traffic problem. What is the case study on Dhaka about? How to solve traffic problem. So here is the solution to more MCQ questions. You may write down the answers in your khata. For question F, option 3 is the correct answer, motorcycle. For question G, option 2 15 hours is correct answer. For question H, option 2 slice of pie is the correct answer. For option I, for question I, option 4 70% is the correct answer. For question J, option 2 densest and fastest growing city is the correct answer. For question K, option I how to solve traffic problem is the correct answer. So these are the MCQ questions from the text. Now fill in the gaps with suitable words from the list, that is cross test with clues. Here are 10 clues and you have to use these clues to fill in the blanks. And you know that this with clue passage have been made from your text, and an alarming situation of traffic congestion in the city was vividly option gap A in a seminar a couple of days back, where some dash engineers said that the number of vehicles might double dash the next 7 years. It is a long sentence. I'll read it step by step. An alarming situation of traffic congestion in the city was vividly gap A. So which will be the correct answer for gap A? Discussed is the correct answer for gap A. So an alarming situation of traffic congestion in the city was vividly discussed in a seminar a couple of days back, where some gap B, which will be the correct answer for gap B? Famous is the correct answer. Where some famous engineers said that the number of vehicles might double gap C. Here in is the correct answer for gap C. So I repeat the line, where some famous engineer said that the number of vehicles might double in the next 7 years. So in is the correct answer for gap C. The Institute of Engineers of Bangladesh organized the seminar Gap D, Traffic Congestion in Dhaka City. So which will be the correct answer for Gap D? On is the correct answer for Gap D. So I repeat, the Institute of Engineers of Bangladesh organized the seminar on traffic congestion in Dhaka City as part of its program. The Communication Minister was present as Gap E guest. So which will be the correct answer for Gap E? Chief guest. The Communication Minister was present as chief guest. The number of the entry points is Gap F. Which will be the correct answer? Inadequate. Inadequate means aporjapto. So for Gap F, inadequate is the correct answer. The number of entry points is inadequate. The Dhaka city has only 3 entry points, namely Jatrabari, Mohakhali and Gaptoli, which are 2 dash disruption in smooth traffic. So which will be the correct answer for Gap G? For Gap G is increasing is the correct answer for Gap G. So I repeat, the Dhaka city has only 3 entry points, namely Jatrabari, Mohakhali and Gaptoli, which are two increasing disruption in smooth traffic. At least 15 to 16 entry points should be Gap H to ease the traffic jam. So which will be the correct answer for Gap H? Made is the correct answer. Made should be made to ease the traffic jam. Lack of Gap I. So which will be the correct answer for Gap I? Roads is the correct answer. So lack of roads along with the ignorance of street law and regulations make the situation Gap J. Roads is the correct answer. So I repeat the last line. Lack of roads along with the ignorance or street law and regulations make the situation worse. So here is the solution to question 2. You also may write down the answer in your khata. For Gap A, discussed is the correct answer. Gap B, famous is the correct answer. Gap C, in is the correct answer. For Gap D, on is the correct answer. For Gap E, chief is the correct answer. For Gap F, inadequate is the correct answer. For Gap G, increasing is the correct answer. For Gap H, made is the correct answer. For Gap I, roads is the correct answer. And for Gap J, oars is the correct answer. So here is the solution to clause test with clues. Dear learners, here is the question 3. Complete the following passage with suitable words. It's called clause test without clues, and you have to be very much conscious to fill in the blanks because there is some grammatical rules to fill in the blanks. Now we will start. We are living in the age of science. Gap A. Which will be the correct answer? You can write today or you can write now. So we are living in the age of science today, or we are living in the age of science now. There should be alternative answer, so don't be get nervous. There has been a dash progress in this field in only 100 years or more. So which will be the correct answer for option B? There has been a significant progress in this field in only 100 years or more. Science has made our life sophisticated, comfortable and dash safe. So which will be the correct answer for Gap C? Completely you can write completely safe is the correct answer. Science has made our life sophisticated, comfortable and completely safe. In all the spheres of life we can feel the dash of science. So option D, wonders of science, you can write wonders of science. I repeat, in all the spheres of life we can feel the wonders of science. As for internet facility has been made easy by the dash of science. So option E, by the blessings of science. So I repeat, as for internet facility has been made easy by the blessings of science, but in Bangladesh this information based system is still a far cry. In India, Nepal and Pakistan, it is as cheap as mobile phone, which is another dash invention of science. So which will be the correct answer for F? Wonderful invention of science or remarkable invention of science. You can write, there are two options, wonderful may be correct answer and remarkable is also correct answer for gap F. So I repeat the line, in India, Nepal and Pakistan, it is as cheap as mobile phone, which is another remarkable invention or another wonderful invention of science. After much dash, we have become dash to be connected with submarine cable. Here which will be the correct answer for gap G? After much struggle, you can write struggle. After much struggle, we have become dash H. Which will be the correct answer for H? Successful is the correct answer. After much struggle, we have become successful to be connected with submarine cable, but still most of the population are dash of getting benefit from it. So which is the correct answer for gap I? Deprived. So you can write deprived. Still most of the population are deprived of getting benefit from it, but we should realize that internet is the storehouse of dash knowledge. Which will be the correct answer for gap J? Latest. You can write latest or current, but we should realize that internet is the storehouse of latest knowledge or current knowledge. So the concerned authority should ensure internet facility to all as quick as possible. So here is the solution to question 3. For gap A, you can write today and now. And as I have said earlier, there are a lot of options for this type of clause test without clues. You may write today, you may write now. So all are correct answer. For gap B, significant is the correct answer. For gap C, completely is the correct answer. For gap D, wonders is the correct answer. For gap E, blessings is the correct answer. For gap F, wonderful or remarkable is the correct answer. For gap G, struggle is the correct answer. For gap H, successful is the correct answer. For gap I, deprived is the correct answer. And for gap J, latest is the correct answer. So I request my learners to write down the answer in their khata, and I have already discussed the passage. Now question 4, answer the following questions. This is called open-ended questions. Question A is, what do you think are the solution to traffic congestion? A very important question. What do you think are the solution to traffic congestion? You know that Dhaka is a very densest populated city and there is a lot of traffic jam in Dhaka city. So what do you think the solution of Dhaka city's traffic congestion? So answer is the question is the causes of Dhaka, the causes of traffic jam are many, such as narrow roads, unplanned road system, drivers indifference to the traffic rules, their overtaking tendency, etc. And I think by taking steps against this thing, traffic congestion can be solved. So this is a sample answer for you. I request my students to write their answer in their own way. You should not copy my answer. This is only a sample for you to understand the answer of the question, but you can write in your own way. Now question B, traffic jam is a great hindrance to development process. Do you support this idea? Answer, yes, I completely support this idea because a country's development greatly depends upon the proper utilization of time. But owing to traffic jam, all development activities in the cities get stopped. It kills our most valuable time, obstructing our development process. So here is the answer for question B. Now question C, what methods do pedestrians adopt for crossing the streets when there is heavy traffic congestion? Very important question. I repeat, what methods do pedestrians adopt for crossing the streets when there is heavy traffic congestion? And the answer is, the pedestrians climb over pickup trucks and empty rickshaws to find their way ahead. And this is not a legal way to cross the road. The pedestrian climb over the pickup trucks and empty rickshaws to find their way ahead. It is very pathetic and very dangerous for pedestrians also. The question D, how is a CNG described in the passage? And the answer is, the CNG in the passage is described as a tiny steel cage which is joined to a motorcycle running through the heavy traffic in Dhaka. In every 2 or 3 minutes it comes to a stop and the driver endeavors in vain in pull it violently and twisting and turning it from left to right to left, and he also tries his best to squeeze his vehicle into any space he gets. The shape of this vehicle seems to the author as resembling as a slice of pie. So the last line is very interesting. The shape of this vehicle seems to the author as resembling a slice of pie. Question E, and this is the last question. What is the response of the inhabitants of Dhaka city when asked about what should international organization work on? And the answer is, the response of the inhabitants of Dhaka city is about devising the ways and means of solving the problem of traffic congestion. But whenever I means here the writer, asks people in Dhaka what they think international organizations should really be working on, they tell me about the traffic. So here is the answer of question E. Thank you very much, dear learners. From today's class you have learned a lot. Today we have discussed Unit 4 Lesson 2, and the main topic of today's lesson is traffic jam in Dhaka city, and we have discussed the passage. After discussing the passage, I have discussed the summary of the passage, vocabulary of the passage. There are some MCQ type questions, a clause test without clues, a clause test with clues, and some open-ended questions. I think if you study at home and if you follow our online class, then you will be benefited. So I request all my students to stay at home and stay safe. Allah Hafiz.